Hi there, this is Josh Ezell with Breakthrough Real Estate and Property Management. I hope you're having a fantastic week. Today I have a very special message that I wanted to go over, and I've entitled it Change Your Baseline. A lot of agents get into the business for what many experienced agents would kind of call the wrong reasons. You know, a lot of people get into real estate because they see what their agent did right in front of them and realize, well, that wasn't necessarily that much work, not realizing all the legwork that went into it. And for a new agent that's starting a business, especially the fact that we work in 90-day cycles, the work you put in today is essentially going to pay you back in 90 days. And without knowing what work you're supposed to be doing today to get the proper reward in 90 days, or hopefully sooner, you're really flying blind. And it's really hard to stay motivated. It's really hard to commit to a plan as long as needed and with the intentions that are absolutely required to be able to have the success at the end of the tunnel. So that's kind of what I want to go over today. So that's kind of why I call it change your baseline. From where you started to where you need to be, probably not going to be the same thing. So let's start off with a few basic questions. The first one I have notated here is, are you getting the results that you want or need? If you are, chances are you've kind of met the numbers that you need for whatever niches you're taking on. If you're not meeting your numbers, there's probably a really good chance that you may be making phone calls, but you might not be making enough of them. You might be making some follow-up, but maybe not enough. Or if you're doing a farm, you may not be tackling the farm exactly how you should be. So that's the good place to start. Are you meeting your goals? Are you making the sales you need? Next question. Can you honestly say, and this is where look hard on the inside and don't lie to yourself because that's never good, are you honestly doing what you know you need to be doing to begin with? Because if you're not, this information isn't going to help. You know, you got to be willing to put in the work. So with where you know you need to be already, are you doing that? And if you're not, start there. And then once you meet that, then we can take that next step. So important. All right. And then the last thing that I want to reiterate is that that's the beauty of real estate. There's no one right way to do anything, right? One person can make phone calls. Next person can be knocking on doors. Next person could have a niche with first-time buyers, renters. I mean, there's 1,000 niches out there. So find the one that works for you. I'm going to cover the basics today that I think most agents need to be doing. So let's start off there. So number one, the internet. 80-90% of people start looking online close 6 months to a year before they make their first purchase or make their purchase in general. So fortune's in the follow-up. So let's start at the beginning. Number one, when your lead comes in, are you following up within 5 minutes? Ideally, even quicker. Are you following up within a minute and a half? Ideally, you want to catch them while they're still at their computer, right? So first things first, call them within 5 minutes. How many times are you then following up? Your average agent only follows up 2, maybe 3 times. Your average agent is not successful. So we don't even want to go there. We live in the world of success. We know your average contact is made 5 to 6 times. Well, after your 5th or 6th contact, right? So if you're not following up at least 5 or 6 times, there you go. So first week, try at least 5 or 6 times to make contact. You don't know what form of contact people like. They may be text people, they may be phone people, they may be email people. In my opinion, 1 contact equals 1 call, 1 text, 1 email. Once they respond, then you know how they prefer to be contacted. But until then, we have to tackle all 3. All right? So, are you following up at least 5, 6 times to at least make the initial contact? Then from there, it's a long-term play. Your average person comes online 6 months to a year before they make their purchase. Are you following up for at least 6 months? Ideally, is your follow-up plan a whole year? And are you following up at least once or twice every single month with your people with valuable information that they will find, you know, that they need? So from there, 12 contacts. So have you made contact within 5 minutes? Number 2, have you made at least 6 contacts to every single lead in your database? And then from there, have you put them on the follow-up plan where you're calling them, emailing them, texting them at least twice a month for as long as they're in your database. That's there's the internet for you. So let's move on to the next one, open houses. Now, actually one more thing about internet leads. Your absolute basic conversion rate should be no less than 3%. Every 100 leads you get, you should get at least 3 conversions. The slightly better than average people are getting 5-6%. All right, so for every 100 leads, that's 5 or 6 sales. The great people are getting 10% conversion rates. Are you an average agent? 2 follow-ups, 1% conversion rate. Are you an average agent? 3 to 4% conversion rate. Are you a great agent with 5, 6, 7%? Or are you striving to be the top of your game, being the best agent you could possibly, trying to get that 10% conversion rate? It is definitely doable. So there's your challenge. Okay, now back to open houses.